What's up, the world? I just came in real quick to talk about something that bothers me. Really bothers me, and a person who really bothers me is more importantly. And I know you guys know who the most annoying female is on television right now, who's now usurped Malika, in my opinion, and that's Malika Andrews, right? Malika Andrews to me is just horrible. I think Malika Andrews should be on CNN. She should be on MSNBC. She shouldn't be on ESPN. The same reason why what's that one job guy who's trying his best to try to cater to become one of these right-wing pundits to the point that he's just cringe. I don't remember his name, but everybody knows it's like dude going to Fox News in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's like he could tell he's not. That's not what he thinks about a lot of issues. He just feels the need to cape, and you could tell he's auditioning for a role, doing something else. But the only way he could get in was through sports, so he just ended up coming in through sports, and you knew it was only a matter of time before he ended up going over to just political stuff. Because even though it's the same thing with Jason Whitlock, it's like that it's not that they're just political pundits masquerading as sports analysts, because they never talk about sports. It's always make everything about social issues, and that's what I get with Malika Andrews. It's like nothing's ever about sports. It's always her trying to be some type of world freaking Pulitzer winning reporter when she's just terrible at her job. And this is the problem I have with people who defend Malika Andrews. Well, what is she supposed to do? You know, she's supposed to speak up. Well, one, you're sitting up there talking about a person's alleged stuff is in bad taste, right? I can because I've never seen her say that when it comes to white people, right? I never heard her talking about Ben Roethlisberger randomly bring up the fact that he got away with two rape cases. I never hear when she's talking about Peyton Manning randomly bring up that he had that he had a sexual assault case in college. She doesn't bring up any of these things. She talks about Brett Favre. Never brings up the fact that he had a sexual assault case. Nothing, right? But every time she talks about black men, she goes out of her way to mention stuff that they were alleged to do. And it's like, okay, well, alleged to do something is not the same thing as doing something. So reporting on something that could change a person's opinions about a person without actually having the facts of the case is irresponsible journalism, because you're creating a narrative that may not be true based on limited evidence that you have. And what really makes me annoyed with her is that clearly she knows she's doing this, because when the situation was turned around and people started saying, well, where's the women? If we're basing this off alleged allegations, then why is it okay for us to make assumptions about Ime Udoka based on innuendo and half truths and half understandings? Why is it not okay for us to do the same thing with this woman? She said, well, we can't speculate. What you're speculating, the entire discussion is about you speculating what Ime Udoka may have done. So to sit up there and speak about the situation and tell them that they don't have a right to speculate on the woman while you're sitting here doing an hour-long session while you're speculating on the man is irresponsible journalism. What you're doing is saying it's okay for us to do it to him, but it's not okay to do it to her because she's a woman. And that is ridiculous, because if there is and the triple by this, she presses Kendra Perkins and says to him, we don't know. Kendra Perkins is like, no, I'm a part of the inner circle. I'm not speculating. I know what happened. She just ignores him saying that and essentially says, well, she's a woman. She's a woman, so you shouldn't talk about it. Why? Why does Malika Andrews do this? Because everybody and their mom knows Malika Andrews is not on ESPN because she's some great journalist. Stop it. She's on ESPN because she has a biracial, or what they like to call a universal look that she seems to be she would be attractive to black males, and she would be attracted to white males. So they put her on there because she represents a look for black people that they would rather have her over someone like a Emil Mbumake, right? And they'd rather have someone like Malika Andrews because Malika Andrews has a universal look, right? So she's a completely she is not hired off merit. She's hired off how she looks. So she's probably been getting that her entire life, that she gets advantages and that she gets stuff because of the way she looks. Nobody thinks she's in her position because she's talented at her job. Nobody thinks she's standing up there hosting a NBA sport because she understands the NBA better than anybody else they could find. No, they know she's there because she has this universal look that they can put out there and say she's diverse because she's black, but she still has the appeal of a white woman. That's the only reason why she's there, right? And she starts talking. If you could find a take by Malika Andrews that you would not get from every single white female reporter that has ever played, the trip about it is Rachel Nichols was way more of a diversity hire because even though she was white, she spent more time. She had more of an urban feel to her. She gave opinions that came more off like a shit-talking white girl that came off as more of a different perspective than Malika Andrews ever did. Malika Andrews has never come off as anything more than just another talking head that 90% of her shit is talking points. None of it's actually what she feels. It's more, nothing to do with sports. And most of it's about how she feels. And none of it's really about facts. And when you bring facts to situations, because, in my opinion, she's not cute. She has a weird face to me. But because people think she's cute, she's gotten away because that light skin fools people. I'm telling you, light skin will fool people. It doesn't matter if a girl is light skinned and she has a certain amount of hair, she's going to be treated a certain way, whether her beauty merits that or not. Me, I think she has a scarecrow face, and I'm not saying that to destroy the lady. I'm simply saying it because I'm trying to point out the fact that if she was dark skinned, her ass wouldn't be there. If she had the same exact features, but dark skin and normal hair, she would not be seen as beautiful. The only thing that's beautiful about her is her light skin and her hair. Outside of that, she would not be considered beautiful. But let's just say, for the sake of argument, because she's beautiful, she's used to talking down to people, right? Because black guys like her. She's attracted to black guys, and she's acceptable to white guys, right? She's attractive to misguided black men who have their entire life been told and been freaking indoctrinated in white worship, white idolship, where every prince, every princess, every maid, every love interest, every person that you should be in love with, that every time you hear the word beautiful, it is connected to a white woman. And because of that, they grow up with an indoctrination that beauty and white are synonymous. So once they grow up constantly being indoctrinated with a mindset without even noticing they're being indoctrinated, because every time they say, oh, she's so beautiful, oh, she's so beautiful, oh, she's so beautiful, every time they open their eyes, a white person is there. So when they close their eyes and say the word beautiful, a white person comes to mind. So they get indoctrinated. You can talk about the fact that this weekend, Joel Embiid, Trae Young, all of them got married. Half of them married all of them married white women. Because they've been indoctrinated with this belief that getting a black woman is not getting a woman who is universally beautiful. So therefore, when they're looking for, it's just like when they go to a parking lot, they're not going to buy a Nissan. They're not going to buy a Ford Explorer. They're going to go out and they're going to buy a Lexus. They're going to go out and they're going to buy a Bentley, whether they like the way it looks or not, because they've been indoctrinated that when you are rich, you drive Bentleys. When you are rich, you drive Lexus. When you are rich, they are worth more. You have to pay more to get them, so therefore they are more valuable. So these white women don't have to try to get these NBA players. They just have to make themselves available. And this is the truth. I'm not saying this to discourage interracial marriage in any way. If you find someone beautiful, ain't nobody there. There's some people who genuinely have connections, and race has nothing to do with it. They're not indoctrinated. They've dated black women. People like that, I have no problem. And you knock yourself out. But when I see that you only date white women, in my mind, I just know that there's a deeper issue going on than just you like the way the white women look. It's just no. There's a reason why you like the way the white women look. There's a reason why you like that look. And it's not random. So my point of saying that is not to discourage anybody if you're white for dating a black person or in any shape, form, or fashion. That's not the MO of what I'm going at. To even talk about the race thing in the indoctrination standpoint. I'm just saying Malika Andrews benefits from this. And because she benefits from this, she comes around, she's used to talking down to people. She used to get her opinions being listened to because people want to date her. People are not listening to her because they think she's smart. They're not listening to her because they think she's somehow going to say something profound. They're listening to her because they know if they don't listen to her, she's going to get mad, and therefore their chances of dating her go down. But she never wanted to date a black guy, so she doesn't really care about what black guys think. She's only wanted to be. They say she's dating a white guy now, and she's only dated white guys because in her mind, black guys are beneath her. Now she's never gonna come out and say this, but she has always seen black men as other. Now she identifies with being a black woman because she only has to identify with being a woman, because most black women are women first, black second, right? So most women will if they had a choice of fighting for women's rights or African American rights, they're going to choose to fight for women's rights all the time. You can see this bear out in this court system and things of that nature. They don't care about black men at all. The whole thing with the New Deal was them basically selling their souls and selling black men up the river so that they could get money. Or it started to be more beneficial for them to kick black men out of the household and keep them in there. And that started the downfall of the black community, and it started that way started that way on purpose. They essentially told women, if you keep the black man out of the household, we will take care of you. And black women took that deal, and from that point forward, the marriage rates, the divorce rates of black men, freaking multiplied. The non-married black women multiplied, because that is what happens when you take out when you incentivize single black women. So do I believe that all black women hate black men? No, I don't think that's remotely true. I think black women just have been indoctrinated to not indoctrinated, so they don't see the forest for trees. This is why mama did it, so I did it. I don't really need a man because my mom never needed a man. Well, your mom didn't need a man. She just didn't need a man financially to live in a shithole. But she did need a man to raise you up so that you didn't grow up and live in a shithole. But because of that, you never got that, so you perpetuate a mindset that was started well before you got here. And the point of me saying that is to point out that this is not new, right? It's not hard for her to speak as a black woman, because most of the time speaking for a black woman is generally just speaking up for women in general. So, because most of their issues that you see them talking about is stuff like they'll speak on killings, but they never speak on it in the mind in the same breath, or there seems to not be the same advancements in that department as it is in helping black women with all these programs. We got more programs to help black women than we have to help black children. That is crazy. There's more incentive. There are more programs that are set up so that black women don't have to work than black children trying to get education won't have to work. There's a reason for that. But the point of me saying that is Malika Andrews I don't think that her purpose in being on ESPN has ever been about her talent. She goes viral, and she realized at some point that when she says these things, she goes viral. And right now, that's all they care about. They do not care about what you say as long as what you say gets traction. Meaning, Malika Andrews is constantly trending when she says things like this. So she has every incentive to keep saying things like this. This is why I wish people would stop reacting to what she does, because she starts to realize there's an incentive to react that way. So she goes viral a lot because she says things that are dumb, that are stupid, and in her mind she's some activist standing up for feminist rights, when truly she's just an annoying ass woman who's always been privileged enough to have platforms to speak her opinion because of how she looks, not based on how smart she is. And because of this, I feel like people give her, I think she grew up with this level of arrogance that led her to believe she's saying profound things, when really she's just talking to people who want to sleep with her. So I'm saying this to say Malika Andrews is an idiot. I think she's annoying, and I think if she had more views that were closer to Jason Whitlock, she wouldn't be on TV. But because she has more views that are connected to the women's movement, they let her get away with a lot of dumb junk. Anyways, please let me know what y'all think, because I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all can't stand her too. So please let me know what y'all think. Thumbs it up if you like it. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. All right, y'all. Peace.